We are so excited to be with you guys this afternoon. Somebody give us a waving emoji. Let us know you can hear us on live. All right, great.
Yes, wonderful.
Do you guys have all your tools ready? Are you ready to shake things up? Yes, okay, great. Get your ice. Don't forget the ice.
Very important to get your ice.
Hi, hello. We're just giving some folks some time to join us in the live, in the happy hour chat. Got everything?
You know, there's always a few people late for happy hour, so we forgive you. It's our first one.
Well, it's usually us. We're usually the ones running late for happy hour. So good. I know. But we miss going out and being able to visit some of our bars and restaurants here in Charleston. So hopefully this gives us a little bit of time together.
Yes. And a little bit of nostalgia because it feels like 2 years since we've been out in the world instead of 2 months. Yeah. But we are very grateful to be here and to show you guys one of our favorite summer cocktails so far.
Yeah, this is a great summer cocktail. It looks like summer. It tastes bright and fun and fresh like summer.
And it's a little chilly today, but I know in the next weeks to come, it's going to be blazing, and this is the perfect drink to drink in warm weather.
That's right. It's going to cool you off, make you feel good. Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Okay.
And this is easy. You know, you can make 1, you can make 20, you can pre-batch it, you know.
Yeah.
No judgment here.
Make a gallon so you can have some tomorrow or the next day. Depends on how you drink.
You know what? Mother's Day is coming up. This would be a perfect Mother's Day cocktail.
Yes.
So we're giving you some chances to practice, and then you can make it for your mom on Sunday when you're entertaining her.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there who need a drink. You've been home with your kids this whole time. Y'all definitely need a drink.
Yes. All right.
Let's say just a couple more minutes, you guys. All wrapped up. Everything's chilled. Got our rose tea. Y'all got snacks too? This is time. Grab your snacks, pretzels, nuts, charcuterie if you're fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Grab all that good stuff. Hey.
Yes, we see a comment that says, got that right, okay? Yes. Gotta have those cocktails.
So excited to be on Van Gogh's Instagram Live today. Virtual happy hour.
Vodka is your snack? Yes, I understand that. Yes, I understand that vodka is our snack of the day as well. We are so excited to be able to share our snacks together.
That is so funny. I love that. We might need to get t-shirts saying
yes, vodka is my snack. You gave us an idea.
So cute. Well, you might need some actual bites to accompany your cocktail today. So get some crackers and some cheese.
Yeah. Ooh, Van Gogh frosés. Please tag Van Gogh Vodka and us when you make those frosés, please. Because I'm inspired. Now I want to make a frosé too.
That sounds delicious. Frosé.
Yes.
That's really good for the summer as well. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for joining all of us. Thank you. It's almost that time. It's almost 5. Well, it is 5:30. We're going to get into this crafting session with you guys.
Yes. How's everybody doing with the coronavirus and COVID? Are you guys okay out there? Are y'all faring well? We hope so. It's been a long 2 months for us, that's for sure.
Okay, well, we're going to get into it. We're so grateful that you guys joined us for happy hour today. I'm Johnny Caldwell.
I'm Tanika Reeves.
And we are the Cocktail
Bandits, your curly ladies who talk cocktails daily.
That's right, and we are located in beautiful and historic Charleston, South Carolina. We're here on the coast, we're here in the South. We love being from Charleston. We love Charleston's hospitality and tourism market. We have been missing seeing all of our friends and bar family in Charleston, but hopefully we can connect with you guys very soon.
Yes.
We've definitely been doing a lot of efforts to kind of support our bar community, and we appreciate brands like Van Gogh for supporting us as well.
Absolutely. And we're really excited to partner with them today, show you guys one of our favorite cocktails to make with the Van Gogh vodka, and actually talk a little bit about Cocktail Bandits, how we got started. You know, hopefully you guys ask some wonderful questions that we can answer. We really don't tell our story often enough, so we're really excited for this opportunity.
That's right. So we're just gonna go over the tools we need before we get into actually crafting the cocktails. We love to educate and empower and entertain through craft cocktail advocacy. So teaching is one of our major passions. We host cocktail classes in Charleston all the time where we go over technology, we go over social media, and then we add a cocktail component into it as well. So today we are going to use just what you would get in a basic cocktail kit. We have a 3-piece cocktail shaker. These are the 3 pieces right here. This is a beautiful set that we got offline. The typical cocktail kit can sometimes be 2 different pieces. And this one, it's 3 pieces and it has the strainer built in. But if you don't have one that has a strainer built in, you can use one of these strainers that you can attach to the lid and use to separate your liquid from your ice. We have this strainer here, which is called a Hawthorne Strainer. And this one is gonna really separate all the little bits of fruit and juice that gets caught up inside all of the mixture when you're shaking it all up. But you don't want that floating around inside your glass. So this is gonna really help you fine strain your juice from your glass.
We also have your muddler here. This is to muddle any fruits or any spices that you have in your beverage to give it flavor. We have a spoon if you want to add like a little dash here, a little tad there. It gives you very small measurements. And we also have our citrus press. So when we have our fruit, we're able to fresh squeeze the lemons or limes into the strainer with this wonderful tool. And then of course, our cutting board for our fruit.
We also have a jigger, and the jigger is also going to help us measure out our liquids. Jiggers come in all different shapes and sizes, so you know, yours may look a little different from ours. You just want to read on the side to see what it measures out to. It may say ounces, it may say mils, so just make sure that you understand what you're pouring up, because it may affect the balance of your cocktail. If you have, say, too much spice, too much heat, too much spirit can ruin the cocktail too.
Right. And you can find these tools at your local Walmart or Target or craft store. You can find all of those tools, or if you go online and look for a cocktail kit, you can definitely find it. I see a question about the tools.
Yes, we have a question about the bar tools.
She needs all of them.
You need all of them. Okay, well, we're gonna maybe put up a link on our website where you can buy some, maybe through Amazon or something. Thanks for that note. We're gonna make it really easy for you guys to get a complete kit of all your bar tools so you can craft at home. We want to really encourage that.
Yes.
Thanks for that question. So we got asked by Van Gogh Vodka to create a cocktail for their Go Girl campaign, which is super dope. We actually got introduced to Van Gogh via social media back in December-ish, November-ish.
Yeah.
They were doing a cocktail competition here in Charleston, but we had a schedule conflict. But they stayed in contact with us, and we really appreciate that. So when this situation came back around, we were still in their mind, and they tasked us to create a cocktail based off of this custom bottle design. So maybe you've noticed when you've gone out to the liquor store recently and you've seen Van Gogh, their label looks a little different. It looks more feminine and soft and beautiful. That was designed specifically for this campaign by Kate Warham. She's a female artist. She's amazing, and she created this beautiful. Yes, get in there. And she has this beautiful artistry. It's really elegant. So we looked at that, and we wanted to really put those elements inside our cocktails and just kind of embody what her art made us feel when we looked at it.
Yes, and also what we love about the Go Girl campaign is it's a campaign that empowers women, empowers creatives, bartenders, and artists, and we feel like we encompass all of that with the Cocktail Bandits brand. We love the curate experiences around beverages, so this campaign really was right up our alley, and we all about the Go Girl.
Yes.
You already know we're about that. So super pumped about it, ready to get into this cocktail, ready to get into these flavors. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let's get into it. It's called the Rose Golds. We wanted to pull in some of the pink colors coming in from the artistry on the bottle. So that's where we get the color from. But we want to build this cocktail up, and here's the tips to the wise. When you're building a cocktail up, you want to start with your least expensive ingredients first.
Yes.
That way, if you have a mistake and you mismeasure something, you're not wasting any of your precious juice.
Right.
So we're gonna start with our rose tea, and that's where we're getting the colors from. We got our rose tea from our local Asian food market, and it's actually the rose buds. So it's just loose rose buds that we let steep in hot water, and we stored it in a mason jar. It doesn't have to be super fancy, but you let that steep. That color gets in. You get all the rich tannins from the tea. You get all of the health benefits, because tea is really good for you. It's also incredibly calming. So if you're been stressed out and you want to relax, this is a way to the tea will help you do that, and you can put that in the cocktail. So in this cocktail, we're using 2 ounces, and it's also unsweetened.
Did you steep it warm with warm water or cold water this time?
I used hot water this time because I really, really, really wanted to pull out all of those herbal tea flavors from the rose tea.
And what does it do when you steep room temperature?
When you do it in room temperature, it kind of gives it more of the tannins and the herbal notes come out of it. And when we do cold brews, we usually do it with like a green tea, as opposed to a rose tea. You just want to be able to pull out different flavors. I think with the green tea, sometimes it can be overwhelmingly tart and bitter. And if there's going to be like that, you want to use a cold brew on it. But for us, we wanted to use a hot tea to really extract all of the rose tea flavors out.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, that's great.
So next we're going to have our honey simple syrup. So with this honey simple syrup, we did 1 part honey, 1 part water. It makes it a little looser. You see how loose that is? And it's not as sweet. So you don't have to worry about the honey overpowering your cocktail. And we're going to do 1 ounce of that.
Right. So good. Please support your local honey farmer. Honey is so good. The bees are doing great work for us. I know I haven't seen all those killer hornet stuff out there. Goodness gracious. But support the bees. Get it as local as possible. And honey never goes bad. As long as it's sealed up and it's in a secure lid, you can keep it for years.
Yes. So now what we're going to do is use our citrus press. We've cut half lemon. We're putting it in our citrus press, and this is going to be about 1 ounce of juice. And we're going to squeeze right into our mixing tin.
And store-bought juice is fine too. We just like to keep it as fresh as possible. And we keep going to the grocery store, like I'm sure everybody else is, every other day to buy toilet paper and tissues and stuff. And we notice in the produce section, it's full of groceries.
Yes.
So many beautiful lettuce and tomatoes, fruits and vegetables. So we're just grabbing fresh fruit, we're juicing. And if you have it on hand, why not take the effort and get it fresh?
Absolutely.
So our last ingredient we're going to add, the most important, special, spirited ingredient, is the Van Gogh vodka. This is the 80. It's delicious. It's 80 proof. It's super clear, super crisp. It's really acting as a fortifier in this cocktail because the rest of the flavors are going to come from that tea and come from that honey and lemon juice. So we're going to use actually a little more than 1 ounce in this cocktail here. It's happy hour, you guys.
And you're home, so it's okay.
So now we're going to top it with some ice.
One thing I want to like piggyback off of the fortifier and the vodka. I feel like with any cocktails, if you like just mocktails or juice drinks, if you want to spruce them up, you can always add a little bit of vodka to those kind of beverages, and it won't change the flavor. and you can still get your little buzz on.
Yeah.
So that's some FYI and some tea, literally, for you.
Little cocktail tip. So now you want to load your mixing tin up with ice. Then you want to secure your lid. You don't want ice flying or liquid flying all over the place. There we go. And now you want to shake. Yes. We're shaking it up in here today, you guys. There we go.
Make sure. Okay.
Thoroughly incorporated.
All right.
So, like we said, this one has a built-in strainer. If it doesn't, you can use your strainer piece to separate it. And we're even gonna use our double strainer since we have it and just separate all of that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna get a little fancy, you guys. Whoop, whoop.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Great. Oh, wow. Okay, now we're gonna add our garnish. Since you got some of that fresh fruit at home, grab you a really firm, substantial lemon. And we didn't mention this earlier, but you have a lemon peel. So if you're using this for peeling carrots or cucumbers, you can use it for your fruit as well in your cocktail bar. So you just want to hold your lemon firmly at one end, place the fruit peeler, and securely kind of like glide the fruit peeler down the side of the lemon. Okay, it's gonna give you a little peel. So we're just making like a little lemon flower rose garnish. So you just want to wrap it up into like a little twirl it around, okay, to a little circle. Make it rounds. Then you want to use a toothpick. I have clear ones, but you can use a wooden toothpick or a skewer. Send that right through the peel. So now it's securely on that. And you want to take one of your rose tea buds that we use to brew the tea. And you just drop that right in the middle of that lemon peel. And there you have it. Your cocktail garnish. You sit that right on the side, and now you're fancy, baby. You're a mixologist now. Are we gonna cheers?
Cheers.
Look at that. That's good.
Yum.
That's really good.
What we liked about making this cocktail is that it is simple and it's delicious, and you can drink more than one if you can tolerate. If you can tolerate more than one, you can definitely drink more than one.
Yeah, this is really refreshing. It doesn't come off overly spirited or overly alcoholic. It's really nice. Yeah, let's cheers to you guys. Did anybody have any success making it at home as well? Drop us a cocktail emoji if you made the drink at home.
Yes.
And then you like it, just drop us that cocktail. Either one, either the martini emoji or the margarita emoji. Just drop us a drink emoji down.
That's right. Simple but fancy, baby. Totally agree. It is so good, y'all. It reminds you of like a rose lemonade.
Yeah. That's a great way to describe it. Rose lemonade. So yeah, this is our rose gold. Super simple. Try it at home. Make it for your friends. You can serve it in a coupe glass like we have. Or you can serve it on the rocks in a short rocks glass full of ice if you like that as well.
Yeah.
That works too.
We like to call these porch pounders. So if you like to sit on the porch like us and just hang out and enjoy the weather, especially with this quarantine, the ice keeps it cool and keeps you refreshed outside, and you're not getting dehydrated and getting too hot. So
yes. And if you did put like a little bit more vodka in your drink, the ice is going to help dilute it a little bit more. So the more you drink, the more enjoyable it could be on your palate. So now, since we have our drink, we hope that you have your drink.
yes.
We're going to have a seat, and we're going to get into happy hour mode right now so that we can talk
Yes.
and have some bites. We're going to leave this right up here. Just making a little bit of space. And send your questions in.
Yes, send in all your questions. We are about to sit down. Yes, Van Gogh is the bomb. It really is. We're just getting our snacks so we can have a little chit chat with everyone. Of course, we have our Van Gogh happening. And send us your questions. We want the questions, everyone.
The last trip we had out of town before all of this happened was actually when we got to meet the whole Van Gogh team out in Knoxville, Tennessee. And that was our first time out there in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful town, really nice people. A lot of culture in Knoxville too. I was surprised by the museums and all that fun stuff. Have you guys been to Knoxville before?
We will be posting the recipe. The recipe is actually on Van Gogh's page on the static screen. So if you look on the actual main screen, you can see the recipe and a nice picture of us, the bandits.
It's on our page too, Cocktail Bandits. If you're not already following us, give us a follow. All right, so we have a question here.
We have a couple of questions. Do you guys ever use other teas? Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so do you guys ever use other teas in cocktails is the question. And yes, we do. We love to use tea. We actually have a tea plantation in Charleston. So, gosh, what is it called? Charleston Tea Plantation, of course. And we, our very first cocktail that we ever made was made with tea from the plantation.
That's right.
So we love teas. We actually did a butterfly pea flower tea cocktail, hibiscus tea,
Definitely hibiscus
green tea cocktails and mocktails. So we like to use all assortments of teas.
That's right. Tea. We like to use tea as opposed to juice because if you get like apple juice or orange juice, especially from the store, you can't really control the sugar content inside that liquid. So we're making our own tea. We can add how much agave or honey or sugar we want to add to sweeten it. So you have more control over the flavors, I think, when we're using. So my go-to is always like, what can be the tea base? What can we bring in that's not going to add sweetness, but it's going to add flavor?
Right. That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a question about what's our favorite flavored vodka. That is a really good question. Oh, okay.
Especially with Van Gogh, because they have so many different flavors.
Yeah, Van Gogh has an assortment of flavors. They have an acai flavor that is delicious. It's really good. And the espresso Van Gogh vodka is great. We actually did a cocktail with the espresso Van Gogh at a wine and food festival that we did right before coronavirus interrupted all of our plans.
Yes, that was during Charleston Wine and Food Festival.
Yeah.
Van Gogh's, sponsored us then and looked out for us then, and we created an amazing cocktail with that. I think it was a double espresso. And what we did was we kind of test ran that cocktail with a different brand of coffee vodka. And then when we got the Van Gogh, we were like, oh, we have to remix this because the Van Gogh doesn't taste as sweet and sugary as this other coffee vodka was. So all liqueurs, all flavored vodkas are not made equal. Test them out, try them out, because people put different artificial flavorings inside them, different amounts of sugar and stuff to alter the taste. So yeah, all the ones that we've had. We also like the pineapple flavor one.
The pineapple is really good. Yes, y'all try the pineapple flavor for Van Gogh. It's awesome.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah, there was another question about what flavored vodka would we mix with a tea, and I think that the espresso tastes great with regular tea. We actually have an espresso cocktail recipe that we did with tea as well.
Yeah.
So it was tea, it was the espresso vodka. Johnny made a delicious syrup. What was in the syrup?
It was like cinnamon brown sugar. It was
awesome.
very dark.
It was a really good cocktail. And we actually did that with a cake event. So they were able to have a nice little espresso cocktail with their cake, which we thought was a great pairing. So
that was a fun class. That was a really good festival. I'm missing that too. I'm missing some of the conferences. We go to so many conferences all over the world, really.
Yeah.
To interact with different people and be trained and to learn. So we've had all of those things kind of postponed really out until August. So It's really interesting times right now.
I think that someone asked the question of what makes Van Gogh special. And I think that Van Gogh has done a really great job reaching out to artists and creatives and collaborating them in a new, nuanced way. We work with a lot of different brands, and sometimes the activations are kind of the same. Mm-hmm. So we were really excited to work with Van Gogh and see what they're trying to do as far as empowering other creatives, as far as coming out with really cool flavors. They're just always ahead of the game. And we don't work with a lot of vodka companies, but we really are excited to work with this brand.
I agree with what you said. That was all great. All right. Oh, you can see our nails from here. That's such a funny story because when we were so inspired by the artwork on the Van Gogh bottles that we had our nail tech design our nails to complement the design on the bottle when we did the original shoot for the Go Girl campaign. So if you go back and you watch the video on our page and on Van Gogh's, you'll see our nails are perfectly coordinated with the bottle. So we have a nail tech here in Charleston. Her name is Jada Sanders, and she's awesome. She's taking private appointments, but yeah, we're very fortunate to be able to have someone who's looking out for us and taking care of our needs.
Yes.
Also, our amazing assistant, Julia Sanders, she's been helping us out during this time too, running errands and helping us behind the scenes, so that's been great.
And we know that it's a luxury to have these nails and these talons done for the quarantine, but we're really grateful that we have been working with her since another cocktail campaign when we turned 30.
Yeah.
And she's literally been doing our nails only for all of these fun cocktail video shoots and photo shoots for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So we believe in loyalty, and we believe with sticking with our people and
supporting local
small creative women businesses.
If you guys aren't familiar with us, Tanika and I are friends from college. We met at the College of Charleston, 16 years ago now almost. Come on. I'm gonna have a sip on that.
16 years ago, yes. And even when we met the very first day of college, we met each other and we walked to this far away destination. And me and my friend knew that the walk was really, really far. We used to wear heels and things like that when we were in college. And we just realized way back then that we weren't going to follow the pact. And ever since then, we've been thick as thieves, we've been best friends, and we have been navigating this whole Cocktail Bandit journey together.
It has been an awesome one that changes all the time. Someone's asking us how we make simple syrup. That's a really great question, and it's super simple. Depending on what you want to make, you can start with a really simple, basic simple syrup, which is just 1 part sugar, 1 part water. So if you're going to use a cup of sugar, you're going to use a cup of water to help blend all that up. Now you can take it up from there and you can add different flavors to it. So we try to make all of our own syrups ourselves. So we'll get the blueberries, we'll get the strawberries, and we'll cook them over the stove. Add some water, add some more sugar, because real fruit isn't really overly sweet. We're so used to it being almost saccharine, but that's not really how fruit tastes. So we have to add a little bit of sweetness to it, and then you let it cool down. You put it in a jar, and you can use it for about 2 weeks in your refrigerator before you need to toss it out and make it fresh, because it will have an effect on the flavor of your cocktail once it sits too long.
Yes. And you can do that not only with the simple, but agave.
Yeah.
You can do that with agave as well, honey as well, just to balance it out.
Right. If there isn't any alcohol in it, it's not going to preserve. So even if it's in the refrigerator. So you see people who will steep pineapples in tequila or apples in tequila and store it for months. That's because the alcohol content is keeping everything preserved and keeping the bacteria out. That's not happening just with sugar and water.
Okay, we have another question. For places doing to-go cocktails, can you make large batches of your drink? Absolutely. Okay, so we love to make cocktails that you can make a big batch of, because who wants to go back to the kitchen and make a cocktail every single time that their glass is empty? And if it's us, it's quite a few times. So we like to make a big drink, a big batch of it, so we can both share it together, and so that we don't have to keep making our drinks over and over and over again. just multiply the recipe times however many drinks you want to make, and then you use that. You can follow that recipe from there.
That is absolutely correct. They're super simple. You want to probably stay away from batching cocktails that have too many different ingredients in it, especially different spirits, because once it sits, it does kind of change the effects of the cocktail. So what you want to do is, if you're buying a batch cocktail from someone, excuse me, what you want to do when you get home is put it in your shaker and add ice, and that'll freshen it up. So just have it as if someone just gave you the mixture, and you just go home and you put it in your shaker, and that'll ice it back down, bring it back to life, and it'll feel like it just was freshly made for you at the bar.
Right.
And we're in Charleston. There are a few restaurants that are doing to-goes. I think Daps is doing to-go mimosas. There are a few other ones around here who are doing to-go drinks. The Watch, I think, is doing some. We're going to possibly do some here directly for donations, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know, got to keep everything legal. And what is this? What is a DE cocktail?
Yeah. Double espresso.
Oh, there are tons of different recipes that you can make with the double espresso. We just did a riff where we use heavy cream and bourbon. And I think we also put like some maple syrup or something in it. And that was really cool. We served that straight up. So yeah, you can get fancy with it. And if you really love coffee and those rich notes, there are different flavors out there that you can really complement with that coffee, that double espresso with. I would even do like butterscotch.
Yeah.
And caramel would also work well with that double espresso.
I've made a cocktail with mint and vanilla and a little bit of lemon, and then the double espresso. It really opens it up. It gives you flavor. It's really delicious, and it's simple. And I'm always about simple, precise, delicious cocktails.
And you'd be surprised her saying put citrus with coffee, but it really does brighten it up and just open that coffee flavor right on up. Please try that. Ooh, Dalgona coffee. We haven't tried that yet. We just got a recipe for it in the mail. So maybe we'll be back on here showing our attempt at doing it. But it looks great. It looks delicious.
Here's another question. Do you remember the first craft cocktail you made? Okay. So I started bartending back in 2009 at like a college bar. So the very first cocktail I made probably was a Jack and Coke. Honestly, that probably was the very first cocktail that I ever made. And then I didn't know that that was a cocktail. I just thought that that was just, whiskey Coke. I didn't have a clue of what that was. But after 2009, we started realizing that the bartending scene was budding and it was up and coming here in Charleston. And so instead of working at all these bars that were just high volume, I really wanted to get into the craft scene and learn more about craft cocktails. And that's really how Cocktail Bandits was born. I would bartend at places, and my beautiful friend was in law school. She ain't gonna tell y'all that, but I'll tell y'all that. She was in law school, and whenever she had a break from school, she would come and visit me, and I would make all of these crazy drinks for her, and she would taste them and let me know what works, what doesn't work, what she liked, all of those different things. And we both were learning about spirits and craft cocktails at the same time. So when Instagram first started, we looked at Instagram as a tool for us to show what we enjoyed, because that's what Instagram really was. People were showing like natural hair, natural hair like us. They were showing fitness videos. They were showing cooking channels, things like that. And we were like, there's no one talking about beverages, and there's no women, especially women of color that are even existing in this world.
Yeah. And
not only did we not see them online, when we went to the bars and the restaurants in our city, we didn't see many in the front of house. So we took it upon ourselves to not look at that as an obstacle, but look at that as an opportunity to create something that we wanted to see.
Yeah, definitely. And to me, I want to answer that question too. I don't remember the first cocktail I made, because once we got into Cocktail Bandits, like Tanika said, I had just finished law school, so I don't have any bartending experience outside of Cocktail Bandits. But we got a kit offline, and we made all those cocktails out of the book, and we would remix them with like local ingredients and stuff. And what I do remember is the first cocktail Tanika made for me, which was a Royal Flush.
See? Okay, girl.
And it was delicious. And I think it was like the cute name and like the flavor on something that I already was drinking but never had it like that before. That's why I started getting really piqued into this whole cocktail thing, because you do it so passively, you just drink passively. But being in that setting, I just saw the craft that she was putting into it and the intention behind it, and just wanted to be just learn more about that and just take more appreciation into what I was imbibing. So we have another question. Okay, yes. Please, if you haven't already, make sure that you continue to support local organizations that are supporting people who are out of work right now. Van Gogh is putting a lot of efforts in supporting the bartender community and also the art community, and they're making a donation of profits. Here, what are they doing exactly?
They, with the Go Girl bottles, of course, every time you purchase a Go Girl bottle, $1 is going to Art Table. So it's helping artists and creatives who are out of work right now because you can't really do anything. We can't really interact with anyone. So they're able to support them on that effort. And please go out, get your bottle of Van Gogh vodka just so you can support those efforts, because you know that we are all needing all the support that we can get during this pandemic.
That's right. And then you can have this special edition bottle with the beautiful label from Miss Kate, and you can make your rose gold cocktail at home for your mother maybe on Sunday. And if you like the rose gold cocktail, definitely look out for our book, Holy Spirits, Charleston's Culture Through Cocktails. Gonna give you guys a close-up on that guy. Ooh. It's full of really simple cocktail ideas,
just like this.
Recipes that are simple, 3 to 4 different ingredients, things that you would typically get at your local liquor store, local grocery store. We also have really great stories about Charleston's beverage history. More about Tanika and I are in the book as well. And then we also interviewed some local bartenders who we love and admire, and we've gotten their opinions and some recipes from them as well.
And we have about 20 vodka cocktails in there.
That's
so
right.
Get your bottle of Van Gogh, get the, book of Holy Spirits, and you craft those babies up.
And it's a little bit of history to you guys. Not to toot our own horn, but we are the first African-American women to write a book about cocktails ever in history and in life. Tanika and I, yes, Google that. So get you a copy of history, support us here locally. If you want us to sign a book for you in Charleston, we can arrange that and we can drop it off to you guys. So yeah, please support us and keep crafting at home.
Yes.
Do we have any more questions? You guys drop a drink emoji comment for us in this section if you've been enjoying this happy hour with us. We've been having fun.
Yes.
A really good time. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes, absolutely.
We just love having this opportunity to be able to share. Oh yes, we see those drink emojis.
Yes, drop them. And if you guys can't find the Gold Girl vodka in your area, please just get the regular bottle of Van Gogh to make the cocktail. That'll work out as well. We want to really see those things online. So please tag at Cocktail Bandits and at Van Gogh Vodka when you decide to make that rose gold, honey.
So you guys, if you guys like this, let Van Gogh know that you want to have more happy hours on their page.
Yes.
Let us know if you want to see us talking to other bartenders in the community. We can reach out to your favorite bartender in Chicago or in Atlanta and have a chat with them and have a chat along with you.
And if you guys have any more questions about Van Gogh Vodka or the Cocktail Bandits, please add us or DM us at Van Gogh Vodka and at the Cocktail Bandits for us to answer anything that you guys want to know. We are here for you.
That is right, yes. And like Tanika said, this Go Girl campaign has been so empowering for us to be a part of it. We have just been honored to be just a part of a campaign that supports entrepreneurship for females, that supports artistry in all its forms, that is also not afraid to be feminine and also be strong. I mean, that was one of our major mantras as Cocktail Bandits. Being in the South, being Southern ladies, sometimes you can feel like maybe you shouldn't be drinking, or we were even told, don't take any pictures on your social media with a drink in your hand. And now look at us.
Cheers. And hello, everyone. Yes, hello.
Yeah, so
we're in Charleston. Yes, we are still in Charleston. Please come holler at us. We're right here.
Yeah, we are here in Charleston, and hopefully once outside opens back up, we will be at a bar near you. So please check out our website, cocktailbandits.com. We're still posting things up there. We're keeping it as current as possible. We still have some gigs on the books for the rest of the year that haven't been changed yet. And hopefully they won't be, because we love to travel. If you visit our blog as well, you'll see trips to Mexico, San Antonio, France. We're all over the place. LA.
Yes.
Indiana.
Italy.
Yeah. Canada. We've been in Toronto.
All the things. But
So-
we'd love to interact more with you. We're really getting into this happy hour thing and super excited that Van Gogh allowed us to partner with them on this experiment. Hopefully it's bigger soon. We'll keep our fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you guys so much for spending time with us for happy hour. We want to bring you guys some more fun cocktails. We want to show you guys more of what we're doing. And we're just glad that you guys were, giving us your time. You didn't have to be here. Thank you.
You didn't, because there's a whole lot of virtual happy hours going on right now, and you guys chose to share it with us, and we really, really appreciate that. So I think we're going to sign off now. We're going to make some more cocktails behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
And what we want to say, cheers, and you go, girl.
Cheers, and you go, girl. Y'all have a good one.